kids. Time for my Week 17 National Football League 2017 predictions. We're done. Show's over. After this, the regular season is done. We can get right into the postseason. So I think we've done pretty well this year. We've nailed a lot of upset specials. Hopefully you've made a lot of friends. Wink, wink. Using my picks for non-financial reasons. So we got one more go at it. Let's make a good final impression before we call it a year. Alright, we got Green Bay at Detroit. None of these teams are playoff bound, so they're not really fighting for much of anything except pride. Over-under is 43. We got Detroit listed as a 6.5 point favorite. I'm going to go with Detroit to win by 5 points, which means take the point spread in favor of Green Bay. I think it's going to be under 43 points, so keep it under that. Just dial it down. Houston at Indianapolis. Again, neither of these teams are in playoff contention, so there's really nothing at stake here whatsoever. Over-under is 40.5. The Colts are a 3.5 point favorite. I'm going to turn around and say that Houston will get the upset. I think they win by 3 points. So give them the point spread, pick them to win outright. I think it's going to be slightly above 40.5 on the over-under. Bears at Minnesota. Minnesota is a 11.5 point favorite. Might as well make that 12. Over is 39. I think it's going to be above that, and I think Minnesota wins by 9 points. So even though I do think the Vikings win outright, pick Chicago to cover the point spread. And I think Chicago will be a much better team next year, but we'll hold off on that for now. Let's just talk about the now, the present. Jets in New England. New England's a 15.5 point favorite. Over-under is 44. I think it will be above that, and I think New England wins by like 12 or 13 points. So take the Jets to cover on the point spread, even though the Patriots will indeed win. Trust me, you'll be glad you did. Washington at the Giants. Over-under is 38. There's going to be a huge snowstorm probably, so I'm going to say keep it under 38. Washington's a 3 point favorite. I'm actually going to go with the Giants to win by 6 points. So definitely go with the point spread on there and pick them for the upset. Dallas at Philadelphia. Yet another game where there's really nothing at stake here. Dallas is eliminated. Philadelphia's already got their first round bye throughout the playoffs, so they'll probably be resting a lot of players. If they're smart, they will be resting a lot of players because we all know bad things happen. Just ask Derek Carr last year. Over-under is 39. That sounds like he'll probably be slightly under that because there's going to be a lot of backup players in there. Dallas is a 3 point favorite. I still think Philadelphia's going to win. I think they win probably by at least a touchdown. So take Philadelphia as the Vegas upset. I know it's a weird circumstance. They're like what, a 13-2 team, or is it 12-3? 12-3, 13. Well, whatever. And they're the underdog, but you know that's just the way it shakes out. But they're going to win. So go the point spread on them and keep it under 39. Cleveland at Pittsburgh. What can you say? Pittsburgh, they're going to go in there as probably the second overall seed in the AFC and get a first round bye. Cleveland, they're 0-15. They are on the verge. They're right there. They lose this game, they're 0-16. Historically bad team. The over-under is 38. I think it will be under that, and I think Pittsburgh wins the game, but they're not going to win by 11 points. They're going to win by like 5 or 6, which means crazy, I know. Pick Pittsburgh to win outright, but go with Cleveland on the point spread. You'll be happy you did come Monday morning. Carolina, Atlanta. Pretty important game here. If Atlanta wins, they're in. If not, so what we got here? 3.5 favoring Atlanta. Over is 45. I'm going to say keep it under 45. I'm going to go with Carolina to win by 6 points. So go with them on the upset. Take the point spread, obviously. Not a whole lot to say about that one. Cincinnati at Baltimore. Over-under is 40. I'm going to say keep it above that. Baltimore's a 9.5 point favorite. Baltimore wins. They're in the playoffs. I think they win by like 5 or 6 points, which means pick them to win outright, but go with the Bengals on the point spread. Moving along, Buffalo at Miami. Buffalo has to win, and they're going to get a lot of help in the playoffs. 42.5 over-under. I think Miami gets the upset here. They win by at least 6 points. So go with Miami to win outright and pick them as underdog in the point spread. And keep it under 42.5. New Orleans at Tampa Bay, another pretty meaningless game. New Orleans 6.5 point favorite. The over is 50. I'm going to say keep it under that, and I think New Orleans wins by exactly 7 points, so that point spread is dead even. Don't monkey around with it, just go with the favorites, and you'll be good. Alright, then we got Jacksonville at Tennessee. Jacksonville obviously is already in the playoffs. Tennessee needs to win and they're in. Over-under is 42. I'm going to say keep it under that. I'm guessing Jacksonville's going to be resting a lot of starters, excuse me. Tennessee's a 3-point favorite, but you know what? I'm going to go with Jacksonville in the upset. They're going to go in there and they win by 6 points and dash the Titans' dreams. So, yeah, there's that. Nothing too crazy. Kansas City at Denver, another meaningless game. Over is 38. I'm going to say keep it slightly above that. When I say slightly above that, I mean like barely. It's going to be like a 39 or 40-point game. Denver is a 3.5-point favorite. I don't like their odds because I think Paxton Lynch will be starting and he's going to just get gobbled up. Kansas City should win this one fairly easy. I think this one could probably be like an 8 or 9 point, maybe even a 10-point victory. So definitely go with Kansas City as the underdog, even if they will be starting Patrick Mahomes. So there's that. Patrick Mahomes versus Paxton Lynch. Whew, what a future. And then we got Oakland at the Chargers, homecoming for the Raiders. Chargers need a lot of help getting in the playoffs, but they can do it. Over-under is 42. The Chargers are 7.5-point favorites. I'm calling it now. This is going to be my upset of the week. I think Oakland goes in there and they win. I think they win by a pretty considerable margin. I think they really just stomp the lights out of the Chargers and go out on a high note when it's been a really dour season. And therefore kick the Chargers out of the playoffs. I think they win by at least 10 points. So definitely go with the Raiders as the upset special. Pick the point spread, pick them to win outright, and keep it above 42. Just got a feeling on that one. San Francisco with the Los Angeles Rams. San Francisco winners of 4 in a row. Ever since Jimmy Garoppolo has been in there, they've been winning. This is a team that could be actually pretty good next year. Over-under is 43.5. The Rams are in the playoffs. They got nothing to play for. So, yeah, I think San Francisco's going to win this one by 8, 9, 10 points. Easy. That's just a real larfer. They're going to win this one. So, go with the point spread. Easy for them as the favorites. 43.5. Let's keep it slightly under. Arizona at Seattle, final game of the year. Interesting phenomenon here. For Seattle to win and make the playoffs, number one, they've got to win, and Atlanta has to lose. Because remember, Atlanta does own the tiebreaker over them because they beat them early in the season. So if you've been paying attention, Atlanta did lose to Carolina in my predictions. So if Seattle wins this one, they're in the playoffs. So the over-under is 38.5. It's in Seattle. Arizona hasn't really playing that well. Nothing to fight for. Seattle's a 9.5-point favorite. Going to call it. It's going to be my lock of the week. I think Seattle wins this one. I think they win by at least 7 points. So there you go. They get in the postseason. There's that. Seattle beats Arizona. And we've got our playoff field set. Alright, well, that's pretty much it. Don't have a lot to say. We'll get these things uploaded, and then I'll be seeing you first thing on Monday morning with my picks for the official NFL playoffs for 2017-2018. Should be pretty fun stuff, and hopefully the Raiders will be better next year. That's all I can say. I've been in a down mood for about 3 months now, so thank goodness pro football season is almost over. Or as we call it, male PMS, because that's really what it is. Just mood swings up and down for an entire season. Alright, enjoy one final week of regular season football. And as always, I'll be seeing you on the field. And of course, for the last time this year, we do not condone illegally wagering on sporting events. We much prefer that you take that money and put it in the stock market where there are far less financial safeguards and you can ruin your entire family's financial predicament a whole lot faster and without any protections whatsoever. That's the American way. Alright, enjoy your football, kids, and I'll be seeing you on the field sooner or later.